Hello everyone. I wanted to make a message to Christians, but I guess I have to work a little bit more to actually set up the basics and actually read life lessons from Jesus, if that actually gives any value whatsoever. I will introduce where do I stand in religion, and for me religion is from atheism from point A. This is the lowest limit as you can be, is super atheist, and super Christian is point B, the highest limit, where you 100% believe in God and everything what Bible says or whatever, you know. I am in neither of those points. I don't support the existence of God, and there is no consistency that tells us that, yeah, there is one. He always interferes, whatever. Well, there's no evidence of that. So I choose not to go too deep into the Christianity, but I do put God in the gap of the creation. I believe he created the universe and left us with something I call destiny. And the destiny would, deal with all the things as universal laws, how the universe works and how this harmony, comes to be as it is right now. And it kind of debunks most of the Christian attempts to prove that there is a God. So when I say there is destiny, it kind of debunks most of the things very easily, and I think is probably the biggest argument I can take I have made ever against Christianity. That what you guys call God is just destiny. I don't think it was referred to God as a person or someone in the whole Bible. I think you can change every single God with destiny, and it would even make more sense if you understand what destiny means, because it has more meaning, and I choose to replace words with something I can better understand and get more meaning out of. That's what I choose. I choose to get value from atheism and Christianity, and that's I think better, to not be in radical points, but rather create your own opinion and a way to learn stuff and all the things that I haven't mentioned. There's a lot more. So I will be reading 12 lessons from Jesus, because I want to know more about what Jesus taught people, why Jesus is so great, because he's not. But I'll leave it for the message to Christians, because I really want to rant on that. I already said, Jesus died so early. Why he didn't do, he did magical tricks or whatever. He did miracles. And why he didn't taught anyone that. Why he was the only one, and it was not consistent afterwards. There were no other Jesuses born. Why God only made one Jesus? Like, maybe if we will forget Jesus, then we will forget the lesson that we got, that we shouldn't die early and we should fight but until the limits of our lives. That was the lesson, I guess. Who knows? Anyways, I certainly don't care about how Jesus lived or whatever. he didn't reach a lot. But maybe, you know, what he says, what he teaches is interesting at least, and has a little bit of value, which I am seeking of. Anyways, the first point, to serve is to be great. This point is going to be repeated, I think, but basically, you know, underneath, it's not a quote, but, you know, it's written down, explain, I guess, that leadership is not about ruleship, it's about serving others. I think that explains everything, and I don't need to comment even on that. Again, leadership is not about ruleship, it's about serving others. And that's what becoming a servant means, is serving the people. That's basically it. And that's what makes you great, and that's why YouTube is probably a big platform, because there are people serving other needs. There is a cure for worry. Now, I will have to read this perhaps. Well, look at the birds, free and unfettered, not tied down to a job description, careless, in care of God. Again, I would change God to destiny, and since destiny brings harmony, the birds are in care of destiny. And, you know, the destiny kind of created the nature as it is, and the nature also, you know, enhances the harmony because it's created to support life and harmony. So that's why birds are careless. They don't need to think because they are supported by nature. Otherwise, we have modified nature for ourselves. Everything you see around me is artificial and is created by humans. So we are creating in our own rules, which is, you know, step up from nature, I would say. But birds are careless, and should we learn from them? What does it say otherwise? And you count far more to him than birds. What does that mean? You count far more to him than birds. What do you count? Has anyone, by fussing in front of the mirror, ever gotten taller by so much as an inch? Shouldn't be worrying, because it doesn't change anything. Is that what it says? All this time and money wasted on fashion, where, you know, it has the point afterwards that the real beauty is already created. We just need to, you know, embrace it. Maybe I lost the point. Do you think it makes that much difference? Instead of looking at the fashions, walk out into the fields and look at the wildflowers. So it says, instead of, you know, searching for artificial beauty that we create, there is already beauty created by nature, I would say. Okay, they never primp or shop, but have you ever seen color and design quite like it? Again, it's a good point. Flowers never go to shops or buy outfits for themselves. It's all provided by nature, and it's all insanely filled with all different patterns and whatever. It's packed with a bunch of, you know, harmony stuff. That looks insane. You know, that inspires. That's the word that I should use. Alright, so the 10 best dressed men and women in the country look shabby alongside them. If God gives such attention to the appearance of wildflowers, most of which are never even seen, don't you think he'll attend to you? Take pride in you, do his best for you. It says that destiny would take care of your body as well as the wildflowers. I definitely feel this. You know, you're not in control of your body. Like 90%. You can only give it food and maybe change emotion on your face. Otherwise, everything else is consumed by your body automatically and is, harmonized by your body. It was created, it was designed by destiny as it is. And destiny supports evolution. Think that. God does not support evolution. And evolution, I support evolution. So I have to support both points. So how do I do that? I say it's destiny. The God is destiny. And I will repeat that forever. Alright, so what am I trying to do here is to get you to relax. That's a very good point. To not be so preoccupied. It's what I do, I don't care about looks. It doesn't matter. I'm a servant. Unless somebody asks me to, you look ugly, you should look a little bit better. But, if it's reasonable, if it saves me time, I should probably not change a thing. Just, embrace what I have already. Not to be here naked or whatever. To not be preoccupied with getting, so you can respond to God's giving. Okay, you have to respond. Oh wait, preoccupied with getting. So you just gotta understand what you got from the God. That's fairly easy. Embrace what God gave you, not what, artificial human nature, which is not as beautiful, I guess. But you can still, you can still not go far beyond into the nature and get naked or whatever. You still have to, go between the limits of human nature and actual nature, to not waste time on your looks and to not I don't know what's bad about this point, to not completely, be rejected by the human society, I would say. Alright, so love conquers all is the third point. I probably think it's gonna take like 40 minutes to go through all the points, but it has to be, has to go live as I read them and I react to them, because I read them for the first time, at least not 3 first ones. It's gonna start from the 4th, and there is a question at 4th that I couldn't tackle. Anyways, teacher, which command in God's law is the most important? Saying God's law, I would say destiny's law, and it's probably the law of the universe. But wait, isn't it there's a student referring to Jesus, or I will call him student, whatever. Don't pick on words. But anyways, so he says, love the Lord your God with your passion and prayer and intelligence. Alright? What does that mean when I replace God with destiny? Love your Lord your destiny. Oh, wait. Love the Lord your destiny with all your passion and prayer and intelligence. First of all, it changes the way that you read the sentence. It says your destiny. You're not able to claim God as yours, really. Because it would say, it's not very personal, because we all have the same God. Otherwise, when you switch to destiny, you kind of say, well, I have my own destiny. I don't have to listen to your destiny or whatever. We are not listening to the same, we're not speaking to the same God or whatever. So, with your passion and prayer and intelligence, now first of all I'll start with prayer, because I understand prayer as if you replace God with destiny, destiny does not answer your prayers. Destiny does not change because you talk with destiny, because it does not exist. It's just certain laws of the universe that makes harmony happen. If you would wish for something and it would happen, it's not constant. It wouldn't be, and there's no evidence of that. So prayer does not work the way that you thought. And I think the prayer is just, a moment to think, what do you want and how are you going to do it? That's it. That's all there is prayer. You ask for the answer of how to get what you want. And the passion and intelligence, while you're loving the destiny, while you, with all your passion, what would it mean? So, to love destiny, the destiny are the things that happen, okay? So with passion, so you embrace the things that happen to you, and you accept them, just like I say I am optimist and I accept everything as positive, alright? So, and intelligence, why do you need that? So, if you see, there are opportunities. It says prayer. And with intelligence, you can get those opportunities to do things that you want. Prayer does not do things. You also need intelligence to actually do these things yourself. That's why you have to be a servant for the, not for the God, but for the people. Think about it. Am I right in this point? Of course I could expand on that, but it's not worth it. This is the most important. The first of any, on any list. Why it should be first? Why a God which wouldn't exist? Why we should listen to him? We should, we should love him. How do we do that? We're not even taught how to do that, so why should be the first in the list? Otherwise, if I would put it like a destiny, it would make much more sense. It would be first on the list. It would be the most important thing to do. Why do you need intelligence if God can explain everything to you? If God can teach you everything? It does not. So, while you're looking at the destiny, you have to have intelligence to understand what's happening and what's important. That makes more sense, and I am going for the thing that makes more sense. Alright? And I'm not, that's enough, okay? Now that I replaced God with destiny, I will not talk about God anymore. Or possibility. You can do this yourself. This is the most important, the first in the list, but there is a second to set alongside it. Love others as well as you love yourself. So, I'm not yet, analyzed too well this sentence. I not really understand it too well. I'll just go along. There is something more. Also, if someone takes unfair advantage of you, use the occasion to practice the servant life. Why should you use the occasion when somebody takes an advantage of you? Well, the first thing comes to my mind that if someone steals something from you, you gotta work even harder to get what you have stolen. they have stolen from you, and also protect yourself in the future. So you kind of have to get this experience rather than just cry about it or whatever, to be sad about it. So you have to work harder as a servant. That's what I think it means. No more tit for tat stuff. I'm not sure what that means, tit for tat. Live generously. Like, it says, if someone takes an advantage of you, live generous is just like, giving another cheek. Turning another cheek, I think that's how it says. But anyways, so live generously, don't, And it says afterwards, you're familiar with the old written law, love your friends, and its unwritten companion, hate your enemy. I'm challenging that. I'm telling you to love your enemies. Let them bring out the best in you. I mean, it doesn't make sense if it's talking about the God. If it's talking about the destiny, it says that it's an experience to get, kicked ass by your enemy, and you have to love that. You have to love that experience and kick their asses back with love. When someone gives you a hard time, respond with energies of prayer. So, yes, that's the point that I got stuck on. Energies of prayer. What is an energy of prayer? I think it's the equivalent of energies of prayer, where you have to, you know what to do. I think prayer is like, our tools as well. But yeah, it's weird. I think I know what it talks about within my own system. It's hard to explain it to you. Let's move on. Maybe it will work out. For then you're working out of your true selves, your God-created selves. You see what it means? Wow! How the destiny creates you, because the destiny gives you enemies, and if you accept those enemies, it embraces your true self. That's it. I'm done. Pretty good points, if you know what I mean. Follow the golden rule. Do you know the golden rule? You do stuff that you want others to do to you. I think that's as simple as it can be. You can just Google it and find variations of it if you want. If Jesus invented the golden rule, thumbs up, I guess, because that's one of the most important ones that I care about, or I cared about. I don't know. I don't seek importance, seek top 5 rules or whatever. Everything is important. Everything brings more or less value, so whatever. Ask for what you need, alright? At this point I haven't read anything, so I'm diving blindfolded. Here's what I'm saying: ask and you'll get it. Oh, I just rhymed it. There is no it. Ask and you'll get. Sounds like a prayer, huh? Sounds very controversial to what I was saying. I believe I'm not gonna trip though. Seek and you'll find. Knock, the door will open. Knock and the door will open. Don't bargain with God. What it means to bargain with God, I'm not yet sure. Be direct. Alright, don't wait. Don't wait. That's, I think, you gotta ask for what you need. Remember the name. Okay, that's when it says ask for what you need. Be direct, You gotta be direct. And I found this myself. After I went out from the foster care, I said to myself, I found a lot of examples where people, coming to me and asking to give them stuff, but it works. It actually works better than being silent, and you don't know if a person wants it or not, so you cannot give it to him, really, without feeling, maybe you're just getting in his face, so he has to get in your face so he could get it. It's pretty, but it works in better ways, you have to ask for other people, because the way that I see, people have very poor memory, and once you get in their face, they're suddenly, oh, I remember, I should be good to you, because, and also all the other people tend to be stranger biased, so what I mean by that, they tend to be, helpful to strangers, or generous to strangers. Once you get to know them, they will put you in shit's place, but otherwise, they'll be pretty generous. So the way that it ends, this is not a cat and mouse hide and seek game, we're in. Alright, so what does that mean, cat and mouse? What can we chase? Oh, a cat and mouse game. It's not only about chasing, a cat is waiting for the mouse to come out sometimes. Most of the times, right? We're just waiting for that mouse to come out and hide and seek, It embraces that. It says, well, mouse will hide and cat will seek. We have to ask for, what we need. That was the point. Pretty good point. So far, good points. I'm not saying anything bad. See, Christians, it's not that bad if you understand stuff. If you don't, you should not. But you shouldn't say also, don't have morals, atheists. I'm not atheist, by the way. Again, I stand in the middle. But I do believe they have morals. They don't kill people. Is that good enough for you? Anyways, judge not. Don't pick on people. That's a very, very personal thing to me. I experience, picking on me and shit thrown on me just because I wouldn't throw shit back at them and accept, and not accept, what they say about me. They dislike me at school or whatever. The thing is, the real power that they could have shown is to say, what am I doing wrong and how to change myself. That's not what happened. They just made fun of me. And that's probably what all the bullies do, right? That's probably what most of the people watching actually experienced. And that's the thing that makes people take the red pill once they understand that why were they not helping you? Instead they mocked you. Well, you shouldn't judge them either, I guess. What? Jump on their failures. Don't pick on people, jump on their failures and criticize their faults, unless, of course, you want the same treatment. That's interesting, right? There is an exception. I will throw shit. If someone comes down because I want the same thing to happen to me. I said I will throw shit, right? But I want the same shit. I want... Because I want to receive as well. Why would I throw something to someone who experienced a fall? That doesn't make sense. But that's criticism. That's, picking on failures because you know the person is gonna come. He already fell. He already experienced shit. So let's go. Let's go. Where you wanna go? All right. That critical spirit has a way of boomeranging. Doesn't say too much. It's easy to see a smudge on your neighbor's face and be oblivious to the ugly sneer on your own. Well, let it just speak for itself. Do you have the nerve to say, "Let me wash your face for you"? That's what I said, in the first time. That's what it says. Do you have nerve to say, "I want to help"? I don't think so. Let me wash your face for you. My face ugly, so wash it for me, please. Show me how do you wash face so it wouldn't be ugly anymore. You bastard. When your own face is distorted by contempt, it's this whole traveling road show mentally all over again, playing a holier than thou. Fucking grandma. Part, instead of just living your part, wipe that ugly sneer off your own face, and you might be fit to offer a washcloth to your neighbor. You're not worthy, dude, to wash my face. Yeah, that's personal and pretty cool to watch back upon. Or read back upon, I don't know. Remember those days when I was the ugly face. Nobody wants to sit next to me. Oh no. Why you ain't washing my face? Then you can sit. Is that so bad? Keep your word. Promises. I am not saying anything else. Promises must be kept. And it's short as well. I will read it, whatever. Just say yes and no when you're manipulating words. Oh, it actually gives more point. Just say yes and no when you manipulate words to get your own way. You go wrong. It doesn't say about promises, but it kind of says about lying as well. Yeah. I'm gonna see read the comments. Like, I'm doing better comments than the dude who wrote some shit, who tries to explain it, but you failed, bastard. But he actually wrote a little bit more. Let's try to read that shit. If you can say yes, if you can't say no, don't mock about by telling a lie when you know that you cannot do what you have promised. Okay. Sums up very clearly. Oh my god. Give in secret. When you help someone out, don't think about how it looks. Just do it quietly and unobtrusively. Yeah. Just don't care when you help someone out. You don't freaking care how it looks. You gotta do it. Just do it. Just do it, man. Forgive others in prayer. There is a connection between what God does and what you do. Okay, this sentence is important because I'm trying to figure out what prayer is. Not yet said the point for what it is, but I think, it's something, you get an answer for what you have to do. So, in prayer there is a connection between what God does. So destiny does something, okay? Alright, and what you do. That's the connection. There is connection. Some connection, I guess. Oh, so I guess forgive others, it would connect the point that if you forgive others, the destiny will be forgiveful as well. You'll be more lucky, I guess. That's what it says. I'm not sure. But that then prayer would be actions. I don't know. Okay, you can't get forgiveness from God, for instance, without also forgiving others. Without also forgiving others. If you refuse to do your part, you cut yourself off from God's part. Well, that was the point. It's just I don't know what the prayer means in that sentence. Just a little bit, Prayer always gets me. A good person produces good deeds and words. Okay, that's the 10th point, if you can keep track of all of this stuff. The name is Speak God's Good Words, not God's words. Speak good words. It doesn't say anything to do for God. So far I was successful of converting to the destiny. Okay, a good person produces good deeds and words season after season. So always, basically. An evil person is a blight on the orchard. Whatever that means. Let me tell you something. Every one of these careless words is going to come back to haunt you. Yes. I can't tell you that much. It's a yes. That's how destiny works. You do something wrong, you got regret. There will be a time of reckoning. Words are powerful. Take them seriously. Words can be your salvation. Words can be your damnation. What I treat words is the whole soul thing. Words, the language, has a connection with soul and creation of everything, and being creative yourself, It's one energy. I'll be talking about it while I'll be explaining my system. It's pretty interesting. Maybe I can find new points, but it says, words are freaking powerful. Okay, I want to read the comment. Death and life are, or explanationary comment. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, so use words wisely. Put a watch over your mouth and analyze the words that leave your lips. It's pretty simple. Are they positive? Haha, that's my slogan. Are you positive? You ain't positive. Get the fuck out of my face. Nothing is impossible if you have faith. That's pretty controversial, isn't it? That's even an 11th point. By the way, I love 11. I love some 11. I love myself some 11. The simple truth is that you had a mere kernel of faith, a poppy seed, say you would tell this mountain, move, and it would move. There is nothing you wouldn't be able to tackle. Just faith. It's not about have faith in God. No. Have faith it will happen. The point that I would put, you're able to do anything, so have big dreams. That's what I have. I have big dreams, big world-changing things that I want to do. So, what is the comment? Faith is a small word. Sorry. But a powerful one at that. Faith is trust in a greater one than yourself. I don't know what that means. Trust in the abilities that have been placed within you. Placed. That you have gained through the hard work. Abilities in placed, you bastard. And trust that with every step forward, you will find your way towards your dreams. The big ones. Okay? I said there has to be big dreams, you bastard. And your goals, whatever. With a sprinkling of persistence added to the formula, that means you have to be workaholic, more or less, you can do but one thing: win. Alright. I mean, commentary is kind of better than the actual quote. I'm pretty impressed. Okay, there's sources and shit. Alright, the last point. We're 40 minutes into this. Holy shit. Use it or lose it. It's also like a man going off on an extended trip. He called his servants. This is a long one. Have faith in me. No, that's me who has to have faith. What? I don't think you can have faith in someone else. Or would it change anything? I don't think so. So, don't have faith in me. I will not be more Christian. Unless you give some more value, I will tend towards, but I will never be. Don't have faith about that. It's like, I have faith that you will kill people. Well, having faith, at least Christians don't say that. They just have faith. But secretly they wish for something. Yes, I want this guy to do this. Alright. He called his servants together or having faith, says that you're doing something wrong, so I will have faith, It's like an insult, actually. You're doing stuff wrong. You're breaking the teachings of Jesus. Not your commandment, but the teachings of Jesus is more important. Jesus died for you. Take that as an argument. Oh man. Who doesn't die for you? Only Jesus. Only Jesus died for you. Anyways. Now, Isaac Newton didn't die for you. He created laws. I mean, he decoded laws of destiny, as I would say, and changed the world. That's what I say. That's a really strong, serving the people. But he doesn't get to get his birthday celebrated. That's bullshit. Anyways, I shouldn't waste time. Oh yes, the thing that I talked about. I watched the video. You'll see it in the description. It's amazing atheist video talking about how Neil deGrasse was attacked by Christians because, it's only Jesus' birthday, even though it's not the day he was born. December 25th. We own the day. We call it Christmas. I hate every single celebration. Except, we have to celebrate Sundays. I'm not sure what that means. I'm not yet sure about the commandments. I had made, explanations of what this could mean. But yeah. Let's say I'm celebrating this day, right? No. Oh, yeah. It is Sunday. Yay. We're celebrating. For you guys. For you Christians. We can do this. We can read this 12. Alright. I have faith. Man, I'm doing too much comedy, but I'm sorry. It will settle down at some point. But right now, I'll just have faith. I can't deal with that word. I just can't. I'll have to, understand what it means. Anyways, he called his servants together and delegated responsibilities. To one he gave 5,000, and it's about the trip or something. To one he gave $5,000. Wow, dollars. Ooh. I want $5,000. That's why I want a Kickstarter. All right. To another 2,000. To the third 1,000, depending on their abilities. So, I would understand that the third one had a lot of abilities, didn't he? Then he left. Right off, the first servant went off to work and doubled his master's investment. Okay. So maybe master was not so generous, and actually he didn't harmonize the abilities. Oh, but let's see what happens. The second did the same. He doubled. Yay. But the man with the single 1,000 dug a hole and carefully buried his master's money. After a long absence, the master of the... And you probably heard this shit. I'm sure I'm not reading this for the first time. The master of those 3 servants came back, but I don't remember everything, so let's see. Those 3 servants came back and settled up with them. The one given $5,000 showed him how he had doubled his investment. His master commented him, "Good work. You did good job. Well, you did your job well. From now on, be my partner." Business partner or whatever. The servant with the 2,000 showed up. Now he also had doubled his master's investment. His master commended him, "Good work. You did your job well. From now on, be my partner." He's probably like a robot or something. But I'm not judging the Bible. The servant given 1,000 said, "Master, I know you have high standards and hate careless ways, that you demand the best and make no allowances for error. I was afraid I might disappoint you, so I found a good hiding place and secured your money. Here it is, safe and sound, down to the last cent." The master was furious. "That's a terrible way to live. It's criminal to live cautiously like that. If you knew I was after the best, why did you do less than the least? The least you could have done would have been to invest the sum with the bankers, where at least I would have gotten a little interest." I think this story is a little bit modified. There are no bankers. Alright, whatever. Take 1,000 and give it to one who risks the most. And get rid of this. Play it safe. This story is really modified. Who won't go out on a limb. Throw him out into utter darkness. Okay, whatever. Use it or lose it. The story was full of shit and bankers and whatever. Let's read the comment, because I'm tired as hell. Every one of us has been endowed with a specific gift or natural talent that requires use. If you fail to lose it, you will lose it. What? Whatever you do, don't compare yourself with the other guy or girl who seems to have been given a bunch of talents. Use the one that you have and develop it. These represent your personal strength, and like any muscle, the best way to develop a strength in your life is by strengthening it. So at every opportunity, use it, and whatever. Someone gave you an opportunity, $5,000, at least put them into the bank. That's that's the 12th lesson from Jesus. Pretty nice lesson. Nah, probably dig a hole. Nah, I would invest everything to the spawned engine. Oh yes. And see you guys next time, because that was 50 minutes, and I don't want this to be an hour. And I still have to prepare a message to Christians. That Jesus, he got a lot of lessons. I approve this guy. A little bit. Not a lot of people talks about Jesus' teachings, rather talks about his miracles, which are not consistent and hasn't been taught to anyone and recreated. So it's pretty useless. Like, oh yes, back in the future, there were a few guys saved by Jesus, but that doesn't mean anything. You probably though just your family was saved because of this. I'm just saying. No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. Okay, enough of this randomness. See you guys next time.